There we go. Hey guys. Hi Glennis. How you doing, honey? So yesterday when I put out that video, the Raise Our Vibration Grid video, I had a couple of people that were asking, oh my gosh, it's like so bright, isn't it? Good. I'm happy to hear that. Hi, Johnny. I had some people asking questions about grids, whether or not you have to have like pointy crystals or anything like that. If you have to have runes, thank you, honey. Anything like that. And for anybody that does grid work, hi, Dawn. Oh, there's Sully. You don't have to have any of those things. It's just like witchcraft. You can use whatever materials that you have. I mean, and they don't have to be big. You don't have to have a grid down below. I always suggest, yeah, good morning, Sully. Sorry. But I always suggest putting it on like, which I got this from like the Dollar Tree. I think I got it from the Dollar Tree. I can't remember. Something like this, because it doesn't have to be like an actual geometric shape. You can use whatever shapes or, whatever strikes your fancy, or using something like this, or a small plate, or even like a candle bottom, because they don't have to be big. You can use little crystals like this, which I have a bunch more. As you can see, I put it on you can see the crystal grid right here. But I like being able to just make them mobile. So if you don't have a whole lot of room in your house and that's your concern, then put it on a little plate. That way, if you put it up on your countertop during the day, then you can turn around and move it if you're preparing dinner or whatever. You don't have to have like special crystals, nothing. If you wanted to go out into your yard and pick up rocks, out of your yard, you can do that. So I'm here to also answer any questions that you guys might have about crystal grids. So does anybody have any questions? Because see, even if, and somebody had asked, where is it? Okay, here's the spirit, because I made these. These are not runes. Somebody had asked whether or not you have to have runes for them, and you don't. These are not runes. These are symbols. I actually bought these from the Dollar Tree in a bag of maybe like 20 or 30 of them. And I just used a Sharpie marker and put the different symbols for the earth, air, fire, water, and the spirit symbol on them myself. So I didn't use runes. But I mean, there's different shapes. Like if you wanted to do like a spiral, and just make it with various different gemstones, you can. They don't have to be a certain size. They could be river stones or whatever stones that you pick up out of your yard, because it just seems like that's even more substantial because it's something that's already in your yard. We're snowbirds, so I have a travel altar that comes south with me. The chips work wonderfully for that sort of thing. Absolutely. Hi, Emily. So yeah, so picture frames are great because if you want to, you can, and just the small ones, you can get them from the Dollar Tree, $1 a piece. Ugh, and Sully's giving me so much problems. But yeah, you can use those. They're movable, or you can do the bigger ones. because I've got like bigger stones, so I like doing bigger stones. But you can technically use any river stone and just, you know, put your intentions into it. If you're not sure how to put intentions into it, which I'm guessing you guys all know how to do that, but if you don't, and you can do it in different ways, but most of this is just done through like visualization, um, you know, putting it into your palms, which are like your energy centers. You have like a receptive and a conductor. I think that's what it is, where you take in one and you put out the other. But even I don't see it like that. So I think that even comes down to what your personal preference is. So if I wanted to, I could take this stone and just put like, I want this to represent love, and just think about love and how that love feels and what I want more of, and just concentrate on it and do that with several. You could do several at a time, or you can do one at a time, and just, you know, sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking at your guys' comments. But yeah, you can do that. But I really think, and this is what my vision was as far as doing this, like in ancient Egypt and in other parts of the world, they have like obelisks. And theories were that they used the pyramids as like a power plant, and the electricity and or energy was also transferred from obelisk to obelisk. So I think of an energy grid or a crystal grid kind of in the same manner. So if we all did one all over the world, and then think about it being almost like your ley lines, or a grid that actually, so each one is like an obelisk that goes up into the air, and then other people do theirs, they all get connected, and it pushes it out, pushes that energy out. So, but like I said, it doesn't have to be all the same thing. It's still, we're all doing a conscious effort in order to raise that vibration and push love out and peace, so that people have some sense of calm and stuff like that. So does anybody have any questions in regard to that? And has everyone seen that video? I think everyone here has. That's a really cool dream, Johnny. Definitely. So something else I wanted to talk about. You know, on my channel, I definitely believe in the law of attraction. So I went on to, and I forgot to get the actual name, which I can find it again, but I'm going to be doing a link on my Amethyst Ascension Facebook page later on, showing the whole article. But I printed off an article that was, I believe, written by Deepak Chopra, and it's about like raising your vibration and ways that we can raise our personal vibration. And so I figured, you know what, let's talk about that. And maybe you guys also have ways that you raise your vibration that could help somebody else. But the first thing was gratitude. So I'm always doing gratitude work, because at times like this, it gets really hard to remember what we're grateful for. But being in a state of gratitude for things that you might take for granted every day, like, you know, the ability to love, or the ability to give love, the ability to see, hear, taste, walk, talk. I mean, those things that we take for granted, those are things to really be grateful for, you know? So it's such an important way of raising your vibration. Absolutely. Hi, Lori. Hi, Suze. So, yeah, gratitude. Right now, I'm working on, if you've seen my altar for Astara, I made little eggs, and I'm opening those up, and I'm putting things that I want for this coming spring season, to what I'm grateful for. But I have also a grateful jar where I'm always writing in things all the time, because there's always lots to be grateful for. I mean, I woke up this morning, I'm grateful for that. I don't have a sore throat right now, I'm grateful for that, you know? So I'm grateful that I have a YouTube channel and that I get to reach out and talk with you guys. So there's that. The next thing is love. And I heard someone say that they don't believe in um, uh, unconditional love. Be a parent and you'll know that unconditional love is right. It's true. There's definitely unconditional love. But love, think about those people around you. You know, is there anything that you can do for somebody that's at higher risk? You know, instead of getting 2 packs, big packs of the toilet paper, get 1 pack and leave the rest for another person. Or if you see somebody at the grocery store that's short and can't reach it, grab it and, you know, help them out. Maybe they don't want you to grab it. I don't know right now, but at regular times, you know, just doing things like that. That's a way of showing love. If you see somebody on the side of the road that needs money, and I know that there's people that frown on that because you just don't know if they're going to use it for drugs or alcohol or whatever. You know what? Once you do something kind for somebody, just leave it alone. That's not on you. That's on them. You did what was right for you by helping somebody else and not assuming that you understand their situation. And so I thought money was always, if it were me, how would I want people to show love, you know? Absolutely unconditional love. Yeah. Emily, I totally believe in unconditional love. Love raises your vibration. And if anything, have unconditional love for yourself to better understand what it means. Absolutely. 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 So love obviously is going to raise your vibration. And with that, certain like rose essential oils, rose quartz, crystals like that are going to raise your vibration because love is like in that vibration. And there's a chart that shows like the different levels, you know. I don't have it right here. I can't remember what the name of it is, but I can reference it because I've seen it several times. And love is like in the 5s, whereas like worry and greed and anxiety and fear, all those things are like way down, like in the 2s. And we want to raise ourselves up. And why does this help us is because the more we raise our vibration, we are raising like our immune system. It's like it helps us fight off anything. I mean, in the West, our Western medicine, they just put a pill. And they don't just only do that. And I'm not giving medical advice, but I know that in the Eastern medicine, that's more what they work on is the actual problem, the root of the problem, and understanding, because those things that we hold on to can create illness in our body. So raising your vibration, it not only can protect you from other things, but it can help you stay, you know, healthier, you know, and more emotionally adjusted. I am doing okay today. I am playing my drum today. Yeah, Karma is sleeping on my lap. Oh, so that's another thing. So generosity. Generosity is another way that we can raise our vibration. Giving to others and helping others. And that doesn't mean just giving them items, but that means giving them your time and your understanding and your compassion and whatever else that entails. So be generous with people. Don't take the last thing of beans, you know, leave that for somebody else if you've already got, you know, 5 cans or 10 cans or whatever. I'm not saying don't get what you need for your family and the people that are in your household. Absolutely. But if you absolutely don't need it, think of the next person, you know, that might really need it. That could be a life changer for them. Number 4 is meditation and breath work. So I was talking with Summer earlier and we were talking about vibration and vibration. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I can feel like vibrations. I mean, there are times like after I eat something that my whole body just buzzes. Yeah, everything's going crazy over here too, honey. We're pretty much, although it's kind of unnerving for me because a lot of people are on lockdown, right? But My husband's still at work and both of my kids are still working. So they're still bringing it into the household. So we just have to be as practical as we can be, you know, during this time, and just do the best that we can do and just leave the rest, you know, aside. Um, Lori says, in my opinion, using multiple styles of healthcare, Eastern, Western, Reiki, prayer, diet, massage, using all and finding what works for you or me, working all styles of medicine. Absolutely. I completely agree. And I'm not saying don't use your regular doctor. I'm saying think of all the alternatives that are available to you. Don't just be so stuck on something that somebody's ready to put a pill to it. That doesn't really take care of the issue. Now, if it's something that's life threatening or you really need it, then by all means take it. I mean, just use your own wisdom is what I think in that. But meditation, you know, taking time out for yourself, and meditation doesn't have to be something. I talked about this before. Meditation. Hi, Emma. At this point, I have no idea if I already have it since we have 2 suspected cases at work. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. You know, I think that's just the case here. Honestly, you don't know. And this is something that I told my husband. I need to turn this off. Oops. Sorry. This is what I told my husband. We can't assume that just because it's only showing this many cases right now, it's because that's how many test kits that we have for. We don't know how far it's been widespread. So that's why you just got to, in my opinion, you just got to do your best to keep yourself as, you know, clean as possible. And sage, oh my God, sage a lot, guys. Sage, sage, sage. We've got sage, right? Or frankincense. Frankincense is another thing that raises your uh, vibration. Let me turn that off to do not disturb. But yeah, meditation puts you in a certain place, but it doesn't have to be a big, you know, you don't got to be this big guru that does. Meditation can be whatever relaxes you, that puts you in a state or a calmer state, you know. That can be crafting, that can be whatever. Um, Emily says, I feel that way being around positive people. You feel that buzz of energy and it feels great, but you can also feel it around negative people, but in a different, absolutely. And that's one of the things here that it's talked about. But breath work, vibration, when you think of what is vibration, vibration is sound, and everything has like a vibration and a frequency. And if you're not sure about that, because you think it's all woo-woo, which I know everybody in here doesn't. But if you do think it's woo-woo, something that's kind of crazy, there are actual studies, scientific studies. But even beyond that, if you want to just see something, go look at water on top of a speaker, or say different frequencies and how it changes it into different geometric shapes. That's not a coincidence. That's science, okay? Even though it's a little bit on the woo-woo side for some people. If I do in fact have it, it would be a mild thing. Might also just be a bronchitis. Yeah. I'm an ER nurse. I believe it is only a matter of time until I get it. Not being a doomsayer, just simply vector. Yeah, exactly. It's only a question of when. And I agree with that. I think pretty much it's going to, other than the people that can literally not have any kind of outside influence and close themselves off, I think those are the only ones that are not going to be able to get it. You know, honestly, I think it's going to go through everybody. That's why raising your vibration and fighting with your immunity is the best course of action. And that also includes not over worrying or being anxiety driven. And, you know, it's not constructive. It doesn't help. It doesn't help the situation. The next one is forgiveness. I've heard other people say that they just have a problem with forgiveness. And, you know, but this is my take on forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about the other person. Forgiveness is about you letting go of that energy that's holding you in that place where you can't forgive. And then it becomes like a sickness inside of you. You hold it in your body. So forgiveness is just more or less your way of saying, I'm releasing it. I'm done with it. I don't care. That doesn't mean you got to trust them ever again or for whatever happened, but still just let go of that energy. Another one is eating high vibe foods. So, and I'm just going to read to you what it says here. Everything that you consume is prana or life force energy. If you eat a lot of dead energy, which is in the form of meats, fried or processed foods, you will lower your vibration. By eating nutrient-dense, prana-rich foods like local and organic fruits and vegetables, your body literally absorbs these things, making you more light, vibrant, and alive. High vibration food makes a person's vibration higher. And I'm telling you, I know that's true because I eat a lot of blueberries. I eat a lot of bananas. I eat a lot of grapefruits and oranges. And I'm also drinking like the powdered vitamin C. But after I take that stuff, man, my body's just freaking buzzing. I mean, you can feel it. It's almost like touching a crystal and getting that vibration. But this is like all over your body. Yes, diet is very important. Oh, what did I miss? What did you say? I am sick with suspected COVID. I am sorry, Emma. How long have you had it, honey? Can you tell us, what's going on with you? In my country, we have a shortage of testing kits, but the quickest turnaround at the moment in the US, in my area, is 24 hours. There are tests that have a 4-hour turnaround time. Yeah. Vitamin D is very important too. But the best way that you can get that is also by the sun. If you're not getting any sun, then take vitamin. So it's been 4 days for you, honey. Hi, Farah. Vitamin C. I do know that like vitamin D, because I am vitamin D deficient, and the doctor had me on vitamin D, but said that I was supposed to eat it like with the fat, so that if you're taking a supplement, that it absorbs into your body better. So sometimes with different kinds of vitamins and stuff like that, you have to know the right way in order to take it, in order for it to work. That's why food is always the best source, because it's going through your gut. And something else that I also read, and I'm taking everything with a grain of salt because you hear so much stuff, right? But I heard that if you're constantly drinking, if it is anything that's in the back of your throat, you're going to push it down. So keep your throat moist, so that you can push that virus down into your gut, and then your gut acids and stuff is going to kill it. So drink lots of water, which water is life-giving, right? We have had such a cloudy winter, barely any sun. I know. We had sun the other day, and then of course, what do you think I seen? First thing in the morning, early in the morning, because I was letting Sully out, all these damn chemtrails. So, which creates these clouds, which blocks out the sun. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Elderberry syrup and sage tea. Yeah, very good. Feels a bit like flu with tons of coughing. I will be fine. I'm vitamin D deficient too. Yeah. So, milk, coconut, actually, coconut water is good. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that's potassium. Yeah. If I have heard, if you're going to take vitamin D supplements, if that's all you have, then take it with a fat, like a cottage cheese or avocado is really good for you, something like that. But I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you what my doctor told me. At the moment, anything that supports your immune system sounds basic, but at the moment, your own immune system is the only thing that cures. Exactly. So your fruits and vegetables, those are the things that are going to help boost up your vitamin C, and they're like full of antioxidants, which fight off free radicals that help keep you safer. For most of us, we won't have it too bad. Yeah. Use rubbing alcohol as an antiseptic. Well, we've got, and I don't know where they're at now. probably one of my kids stole them. We've got these antibacterial wipes all over the place. So the common places that you want to definitely use those things is, and that people forget about, is like your refrigerator doors, like your cabinets when you're opening those, because it, from what I understand, it's staying on your surfaces, at least your metal surfaces, for up to 3 days. So every time when the kids come home from work, or when my husband, the first thing, wash your hands, but then wipe down the doorknobs, all those places where people touch and they don't think about it, you know. That's the biggest places where stuff is fat. Okay, I'll try that. And the elderberry too. Yeah. Don't forget to laugh. Watch a good, yes. And that's one of them on the list. That's the next thing on the list, actually, is consume. No, it's not. Oh, the next thing is to reduce or eliminate alcohol and toxins from your body. So right now, drinking a whole bunch is not really good for you. If you're trying to drown out your worries and stuff like that, that's not really good, because you're making your body work harder. You're making all of your organs work harder in other areas in order to filter the alcohol or any kind of like smoking or anything that does not help your immune system take hold like it should. I watched a lot of Fluffy Gabriel Iglesias steering wheels to clean your steering. Yes, steering wheels. Yes. If you're going out, definitely. My daughter took my van the other day over to a friend's house. This was a few days ago. I'm like, take some wipes with you and wipe everything down after you come back, please. But two great minds only stress. This news hour here, but I'm watching this instead. Aw, thank you, Ani. I just checked the numbers of Germany. We have exploded since this morning, about 2,000 new cases. Wow, it's going so much faster now. Damn kids and their corona parties. Exactly. Yeah, well, I hear you about the hand sanitizers, but I'm using them. Other than just because I think it's still, granted, I'm not going out. I am barricading myself in the house for as long as I possibly can, but I can do that. I have the ability to be able to do that. But when I've got my husband and my 2 kids who are both working still, I'm just like, I mean, I even think about it, washing my hands. Hi, Vicky. And it might, because I'm also feeling, and here's the thing too, it's easy to overreact because it's also cold and flu season, right? And if you're menopausal like me, you're getting hot flashes. So I'm checking all the time to make sure I don't have a fever, which I don't, but it feels like it because I'm having hot flashes. Lucky me, right? But yeah, so, and positive thoughts. Keeping positive thoughts will raise your, instead of looking at what could happen, look at what opportunities you have right now. You know, some more time that maybe you want to do this or that if you're at your home and staying at your home, and you know, nobody can pull at you and need this or need that from you because you have this time. So look at it that way. The more testing, the more cases, because we are more knowledge of who had. Exactly. That's so true. But they didn't have means of testing quickly. There is a backlog. Yeah. Eat cucumbers for the hot flashes, but they're done. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I have any cucumbers, and I'm not going for cucumbers. I'll just deal with it, and I'll just keep on. I mean, they're not like really bad. I mean, I'm like not out in a sweat or anything, but at the same time, you know, I am going back and checking. But, and see, that's another thing. Even if I do have a fever, I'm not going out anywhere. I'm not going to the hospitals, none of that stuff. Because if it is just the common cold or something like that, then I'm making it worse. So I'm going to contact my doctor or whatever, see if I can get in, or see what they advise me to do if I am feverish. Because if I don't have it and I go to the hospital and all those other people that have it, then you're really going to get it, you know? So I'm just trying to think rationally about everything. But the next thing it talks about is consume high vibe music. So there are, even on YouTube, there are channels that you can watch that have high vibrational music. So you can listen to that. I actually, let me see if I can find it. I actually downloaded an app a couple of days ago. All right, let me see. And it's for high vibrational music. It's called Sound Heal. And you can do different frequencies. Oh, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. So for different things. Yeah, okay. And you can do the timer. So you can also place this next to your bed when you're sleeping or anything like that. Thank you, honey. But yeah, so vibration, higher frequency music, you can find all kinds of channels on YouTube for that. But there's also apps for that, or if you're just laying in bed or you're just trying to meditate, put on like a 7 something and it'll raise your frequency. And definitely around the people that you're around, that's a huge one. I don't think China is done with it just yet. Experts are saying we need to be prepared for this to go around for the next 2 years, passing back and forth. Called Crony Union Weightless 10 hours of awesome. Oh, that's very cool. Very cool. Yes. I mean, anything that like lifts you up and brings you joy, that is like half of the battle right now. And watch comedies. If you're stuck at home, watch some damn comedies that get your head off of what's going around in the world that we don't have a whole lot of control other than what we're doing anyways, right? This is a great time for doing crafts or anything. Be as creative, express yourself right now. So yeah, TV, books, music, movies, all those kind of things. What first got me into the law of attraction was The Secret. And I believe that was out like or the first time I seen it, I think it was like around 2006 maybe. But when people lose jobs and can't afford stuff, I hear what you're saying, Lady Blind Wolf. However, the government is trying to work on giving people supplements right now. I mean, sending checks out. We've been watching that too. And they're also going to be extending. I mean, they're doing what they think that they can do in order to help. We're not alone in this situation. They are definitely trying to help the situation. But it was The Secret. And one of the stories in that was this lady had been diagnosed with cancer. And she really didn't want to do any treatments or anything like that. She believed highly in the law of attraction. So what she ended up doing was surrounding herself in only positivity, watching comedies all the time, not watching anything that, like the news, any of those kind of things that brought her down. 3 months later, she went in and got tested again, and there was no sign of cancer. Nothing. It was all gone because her body, she allowed, because of the vibration in her body, it started healing itself. I think it's something that happens on a cellular level. Truly, I truly believe that. And, like the placebo effect, if it wasn't real, how can somebody take a sugar pill and somebody else take the actual medicine and it do the same thing? Because our bodies are built to rejuvenate itself, right? So we have to help it along. I have already canceled some Amazon tarot orders to get the money back, to have it for bills. Time for a real depth here. Absolutely. And you know what? And I hate to say it, but we're picking and choosing what bills we even pay right now. The majority of what we absolutely need, and I want to hold on to some cash, even if that means maybe not paying a couple of credit card payments for a while. But I've even had emails from credit cards companies saying, yeah, well, contact us because they want to work with us too. This is affecting them too. I mean, it's affecting everybody. But there was another story from The Secret, and it was about this guy who had been in a plane crash, and he ended up in the hospital in a full body cast. They told him he was never going to walk out again. Um, and it was mind over matter. I think it was like 10 months, and he completely rejuvenated. They told him that he had broke his back and everything, that he would never walk again, that his quality of life would be really, really bad. And he definitely believed in mind over matter. And within like 10 months or so, and he told him in the beginning, like in 10 months or so, I'm going to be walking out of this hospital. That's exactly what he did. I mean, not in the same condition that he did when he walked in or came in there, but definitely that just shows what people are able to do. Step deer is a cool thing to do, right? Amazon is stopped mailing stuff that is not essential anyways. Well, good, because if you think about that, the more things that we have that we come into contact with, that's also more of a risk. You know, my mom's got autoimmune problems because she's got emphysema and I think COPD or something like that, which affects her lungs. So she is barricaded in her house. Anybody comes in her house, and uh, you know, she's wiping, but my mom's a clean freak anyways, but she's wiping anything, groceries. And, you know, even, and I don't know in other countries, but I know in here, at least in Lansing, at the Walmart, you can place your order online and they will bring it to you into your vehicle. You don't ever have to get out of your car or anything. Obviously, you're going to still want to wash everything down when it comes in because it can be on the surface, but that's a lot safer than being out and about when people are coughing and sneezing and whatever. You can at least control your environment a little bit more that way. I work at a fast food place, and at the moment, it's a drive-through only kind of deal. I can't afford to not work, and I completely understand. So people take precautions and stuff, you know. Budget cuts here too. Yeah, just have to watch everything. Another thing that they say for raising your vibration is surround yourself in beauty, meaning like your home and your witchy areas and your sacred spaces. Do them up. Focus on those things because those things put you in a different state of mind. They calm you, and it gives you like a way to kind of push things aside, you know, those things that are making you worry, and in turn it'll raise up your vibration. Heading out. Thank you so much for the live. What a wonderful surprise. Much love. Thank you, Glennis, honey. Be safe, sweetie. And hi, Sonia. Sorry, I keep looking over here. um And it does say go outside too. So if you are in an area where you can safely walk outside in nature, go by some trees, because that's like cleaned oxygen, and just be out a little bit in the sunlight if you can. The sun heals when we have the sun. So definitely that's another thing. And the last thing on here is be careful about who you surround yourself with. And I'm not talking about immune system here. I'm talking about your vibration, your energy field. So if you've got somebody that's only seeing the negative and everything, maybe it's time to distance yourself for a while. Okay. Put yourself by people that are trying to be positive, and in turn, and by you raising your vibration, you affect the people that are around you, and people that are high vibrational that you come in contact with also affect your vibrational field, your energy field. So those are all things that we can think of. Freeze your bananas. Yeah. See, yeah, we're freezing our bread. There was another thing about freezing your milk. Um, Bananas. Yeah, that's good. Uh, I love blueberries, and I consume a lot of blueberries because blueberries are really, really good for your immune system. Um, so I buy them in the big frozen bags. I think I have like 6 bags out there. So they don't ever go bad. I'm usually the only one that eats them. Nobody else eats them. But right now is the time that's the kind of stuff you should be eating, is your fruits and vegetables, things that help your body to fight off anything. And you know, and I know people, it comes down to what they can afford and stuff like that, which I get it. That kind of stuff is more expensive. But I mean, and salads and grapefruits, I've just been eating tons of that kind of stuff. I sat in the sun today and read. It really helps. It really does, Sonia. Really. Hi, shamanic Arawak priestess. So what are things? Oh, and like I was saying before, uh, your sage. I mean, if you want to even get to the point when somebody walks in your house, sage them down. You know what I mean? I've been going through and saging everything. But some of your stuff like frankincense, dragon's blood, incense, stuff like that, that will help raise up your vibration as well. With kids home, you go through food faster. Yeah, definitely. Schools are helping with meals, which is really, really good. Oops, you and yours. Oh, yeah. So what ideas do you guys have? And have you seen the crystal grid, the video that I did? Are you guys going to partake as well? Oh, and Lady Blind Wolf, I know you had questions. Do you have, I did talk about it earlier, I think, before you came in, but do you have any specific questions on grid work? I mean, you know, you said to like go through the basics and stuff, lighting candles nonstop without even thinking. Yeah, thank you. See, and I was talking with Summer earlier. I get that people want to do lighting candles. All those things definitely help. But the reason why I love Crystal Grid so much is because you can put your intentions in and then leave them. Even if you become a little bit lower because you get bogged down or you watch the news or somebody says something to you, that grid is working 24 hours a day for you and for other people in the world. And the more people that we have do it, it's almost like having obelisks of light energy and vibrational energy that are throughout the world, throughout the earth, and they all connect, thereby raising the earth's vibration. So that, and this makes me think too. There's this going around about Sylvia Brown. You guys know I love Sylvia Brown. I've read so many of her books, but years and years ago. And in her book that she wrote, I believe in 2008, The End of Days, she talks about in 2020 some sort of pneumonia-based flu or virus is going to go around, and then all of a sudden, what's so mysterious is it just disappears as quickly as it started, right? And then it resurfaces 10 years later. So how do we know that it's not because of what we are doing? And by all of us lifting up that energy together, working together, that just annihilates it, not giving it anywhere to grow, and helping people see it, even those ones that don't even know about all this. We do. So what am I missing? The only thing I can't understand why my country is so far behind on tech for online classes for the students. Now kids are at home with no schoolwork. Yeah. Crystal Grid, and I feel able, I want to do one. Okay, if anybody has any questions, I'm using crystal chips for mine. Yeah, it all works. And like I was saying, you don't have to use even the crystals. You can go out and get them out of your yard if you've got crystals in your yard. Or, because that's essentially what crystals are. They're just rocks. They're just beautiful rocks that have been, you know, uh, have certain properties that people have said that they have properties, certain vibrations that they hold. But it's essentially the real power comes inside of you. So you can put any intention you want into any object. It doesn't even have to be crystals. I mean, it can be if you have a bunch of charms or you have just objects, you could do wood slices, whatever. You put that energy and then you send it out into the world, and there's your grid. It doesn't have to be crystals. Also want to line your grid video to my video just so people can do what works for them. Or link, yeah. Okay. I don't think I've seen yours yet, sweetie. I gotta go over and check that out. It's going so fast. The only thing, and I do crystals candles. Candles are great, but the only thing is you got to blow those out in order to be safe. Candles are crystals are constantly working for you. So I say do both if you can do both, because obviously I know with my family, I've got cats, I've got a dog. I've had my cat jump on my altar before and squeal off because got a hold of the fire and the candle, and they get up on my stuff. So it's not easy for me to feasibly keep something going all the time when I'm not watching it. And a crystal grid, you can set one up and run it for 30 days, charge it, or have several, and you can also be that grid. One of the things that I always loved hearing was every day an affirmation that I am going to be a light of, or every step I take, I am a column of light that I spread back out into the universe, or something like that. I use witch hazel, white sage leaves, sage oil, and clove oil with an amethyst chip. That's great. Writing runes or psalms as charms has always felt meant. Absolutely. Okay, perfect. I will check that out as soon as you're done. Let's see. And astrologers are saying the first week of April may be very bad. Great. I don't even want to hear that then. I already know it's probably going to be worse before it gets better. Shame. Okay, I guess I need to start at square one. Oh, I need to start at square one, but budget cuts may not be able to buy candles soon. Yeah. Which state? The U.S. I'm in Michigan, Lansing, Michigan. Like I said, I think candles are great. Don't get me wrong. And another tip that I would do, even when you blow them out and they say don't, snuff them out if you want the magic to keep on going, I say we can just go, something that I made up, and I think I've said it before on another one, was, although I extinguish this candle with the blow, the magical energy continues to go or grow. So there you go. That takes care of that, right? UK just announced schools closed and no exams. Hi, Patsy. Yeah, our kids are out for 3 weeks. So all of the restaurants and stuff like that are all closed now. Other than like drive-throughs and, takeout and stuff like that, which honestly, I'm pretty apprehensive to do any of that, because it's still stuff that's prepared by other people that you can't control. So I have to go back to work. Thank you for doing live. You are such a kind energy. Many blessings. Thank you, Shamanic Arawak Priestess Honey. I look forward to seeing that. I need to figure out how to work with my Moldavites to protect my home. Does anyone know how to charge them? Sunlight or moonlight? I think you can do either or. I think whatever resonates more with you. Certain things, depending on what their Moor's hardness is, can even be charged under like a running stream. So, and I always like place my stuff, and that's why I always like put selenite in my grids, because also selenite is known to like transform negative energy into positive energy. So if anything attaches itself in a negative manner, even if it's from the people that are in the house, having us, and when I say negative, I don't mean that person is bad, or it's just those lower emotions that we have, like fear and anxiety and depression and just stuff like that. I mean, you're not like in the best state that you could be in when you're in those negative frequencies. This virus in January of 2020, we knew about it then, as well as its potential. COVID virus has been around forever. This strain is what is new. Yeah, I was reading that. And that it's mutated. But I did read something from Whisper, because we've got this thing on Soli, and it's like a tracker. So if he like gets away from the house, we can track wherever he goes. And although we've not had to use it. It's just a precautionary thing, but they did send a thing in stating that they don't know a whole lot about transferring this virus back and forth to your dogs and stuff like that, but they can't prove that it's really that way either, because there was somebody in is it Wuhan, China, that had tested positive, and their dog had a very mild positive. But then when they tested the dog again 2 times after that, they came back negative. So it might still be something that your dog gets, but like just works it through really fast or something, because their systems are different than ours are. But I'm not worrying about it too much. I'm still giving him all the love and kisses that I can get. Actually, the virus was known since the beginning of December. The commies just kept it quiet and locked the doctor who told his coworkers about it in prison. Yeah, isn't that something? To call it by a country or a culture is not correct. Yeah, it's definitely worldwide. Yes, and Ebola and all the other. What's up with the planning ahead? Sheesh. Yeah. So, does anybody else have any ideas for things that we can do, or ways that we can raise our vibration, or help with our immunity, or anything like that? I bet it is before that, but we know how their media works, the way they, yes. Yeah. And you know what? At this point, it doesn't really matter. I mean, we don't, yeah, meditate, definitely. Try to get yourself in a more calm state, right? Are people having any wild dreams? I don't know if you guys remember this, and this has come to my memory. I did a live video maybe 3 months ago, and I was talking about a crazy dream that I had just had about, and I don't know if you guys remember this. Hi, Brooke. Um, and it was where a Chinese, and I knew it was Chinese because they were in all the old like clay army regalia, and they were invading the US and invading homes. They came into the home and everyone else went down into the basement, but I didn't get down in time. So there was this guy that came up and he had a big old thing of like silver or mercury. It was liquid silver, we called it mercury, and it was in there. And they stabbed me right down through here and put it in there. And I told you guys in live chat, I thought it was like some sort of vaccination or something like that, and that it had scared me. But I tied it back to China, because when they would entomb like their kings and stuff like that, they would entomb them with like a river of mercury around them. And that's what I thought of. And now, wow, it's kind of crazy. 3 months later, fear will drag your immune down. So try not to listen to the news all the time if it affects you. Absolutely. I had a dream I was peeing in a waste bucket. Seriously. Huh. I had a dream squirrel ran out of my bathroom. Looked it up. That meant abundance. Maybe it's just a warning of trying to tell you just to not worry so much. I got to take my silver water again. You know, that because it seems like it's really affecting the money issue. I know that's a large thing that people are also worried about. And so maybe this is a sign not to worry so much, that you're going to be okay. Washing with charcoal soap or pink salt can help raise vibrations. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, your Himalayan salt lamps and shungite or organite, that kind of stuff. that helps block like your electromagnetic waves and stuff like that that you come into contact with your computers, your routers, your electrical stuff, your refrigerators, your microwaves when they're going, stuff like that. So that kind of stuff. And yeah, when I brush my teeth, I brush my teeth with charcoal rather than using, the charcoal toothpaste with no fluoride in it. Dancing, stretching, exercise. Yes. Raising vibrations. And I mean, yeah, listen to music and dance around. And yeah, I have had some weird dreams, very emotional and chaotic, lots of energies out there right now. Absolutely. Yes. And that's another thing. I'm hearing a lot of people talking about having headaches and stuff like that. And we are a community of empaths. So this is really, really affecting us. I, so, I mean, we're feeling all of it. My husband is a truck driver and is being made a Walmart dedicated. Good. Thank God for that, Sonia. That helps. As long as he's just keeping himself as safe as he can be, perfect. Just that I get SSI and my kids works at Goodwill. They may lay her off soon. Okay. If you guys follow me on Facebook, my sister had just forwarded this to me and I forwarded it yesterday morning. They just passed a bill and they're still working on more stuff, but this bill is supposed to help anybody that is laid off or anything be able to get assistance right now during this time. Help with food, help with, I think, probably help with like utilities. It's like 110 pages. So if you follow me on Facebook, check that out. And obviously, this is only for people that live in the United States. But also, my husband's been reading that Mitt Romney a couple of days ago had been talking about, or a few days ago, had been talking about sending out actual checks to Americans, every single American. Okay, other than people that make like over $1 million a year or something like that, and actually sending out checks. So also helping like a stimulus kind of thing. And now the talk, and that was said to be like $1,000, but it might be, now he's been reading, it might be like $3,000-$4,000 per adult. So, I mean, there's stuff in the works. They're trying to help people. So if we empaths are feeling other people's things, how can we even tell them apart from being sick ourselves? Exactly. I sometimes wonder if some stuff is mine or from others. I know, and you are very, I could tell that just by how many you were getting right in the cards. Keep yourself grounded. That's what I would say. Ground yourself. Also crystal work and sage and clearing any energies that are not your own. Keep clearing your energy. Absolutely. I hope everything is good, going good with your music. No, I will just go to P that works. That is very true, Lady Knight of Babylon. Do you use protection, shields, boundary magic? Yeah. Overall, I am a strong empath. I'm also a nurse at an ICU, and I have to have black tourmaline and tiger's eye in my pocket because of the emotions I'm getting hit with. Any other diet? Yeah. When I would go out, the things that I would always protect myself with was like tourmaline, rose quartz for like loving myself, amethyst for like discernment and protection. It's also known as a protection, and a healing stone, and clear quartz in order to amplify those signals for yourself, to strengthen them. But also there was this visualization that I was taught years and years ago about almost turning your skin in your thoughts into like a mirror, where you're reflecting any energies that are not of your own back out, not necessarily to that person, but just out into, the universe. Ask for protection around your house. Only I can't imagine what it's like there. Yeah, no, I agree. I ask April for help every day, not just since this crazy, but for months now. Yeah. That's another thing. Have people been seeing, this is something I've been getting like all last week. I kept seeing 222, 333, 1111. I mean, like 5 times a day. Every time I looked anywhere, I was seeing all the triple numbers. Like they were either telling me, listen, be cautious, or they were telling me, you're going to be okay. Don't worry about it, you know, but tons of numbers. You are caring for others and hope they stay well. Yes. Hi, Summer. I am an ER at Emily Smith. I carry extra stones. I have cracked 3 of my agates I use for that. Wowza. Wow. Yeah. So that's pretty much, all I wanted to talk about. And for those people, see, I was able to put it like in one of my cubbies, the crystal grid. But like I was saying early on, crystal grid doesn't have to be on a geometric shape. It can be whatever you want. You decide. You can charge whatever you want. It doesn't have to be stones. It could be charms. It could be pieces of jewelry. It could be anything tangible. You can go out into your yard and grab some stones or rocks from your yard. If you want to put earth symbols on them, I know Sue's, if she's still here, had been asking about whether or not you needed runes, and I don't know what I do with it now because she's seen it in my grid. And these are not runes. These were the symbols that I made for the elements. And I just bought a couple of the little bags of these kind of stones right from Dollar Tree. So $1 for maybe like 20 or 30 of them. And I put the symbols for the different elements on them and just used them. But, you can use like, I like putting them on something. You don't have to put a crystal grid on anything. You can put it just like on your countertop if you want. But I like putting them on things so that if something happens and you need that space, you can easily just move it off to the side for a little bit without really interrupting your grid. So, oh, I'm sorry you have a tummy ache, honey. Peeps in ER are usually scared. No one plans on coming to an ER, but the level of fear is very amped up at this time. I can only imagine, and that's another reason why I'm not going to the hospital unless I absolutely have to. I mean, my sister told me that she had heard that they were going to be putting out test kits like at your local Walgreens and Walmart so that people can test in from their home. I don't know how soon that'll be, but if they do that, that is great. So hopefully those people that really needed that care at the hospitals be much better, and it doesn't drain all the resources. Carried in droplets as well as water magic. Oh yeah. Yeah, be making some moon water and some sun water, charging those up with your crystals and drinking that. That'll raise your vibration. My pawn shop sounds not sell those things. Oh no, Dollar Tree there. Yeah. Well, this kind of stuff, I mean, it'll scare you so much that it does cause problems in your body. Even, I mean, just stress. Stress can do anything to your body. It can mask anything. Fire to burn it and earth to transmute it. And that's what I was telling Summer earlier also. The reason why I wanted to use the elements, because if you think about it, even though the elements are, we've got north, which is, well, and you might not associate these particular directions with it, but this is how I do it. North is earth, south is fire, east is air, and west is water. Well, if you think about it, those are all in us. All the elements are in us. We are earth because of our DNA, our physical form. Fire, our heart pumping energy, constant energy, right? Water, we have so much water in us. I mean, we're almost all water, right? And then we've got air. Air is our thoughts, right? And then, of course, our spirit. So we've got all the elements, and that's what that's all about. As within, so without. So use your power in order to change things. Yes. Because you're so worried, sweetie, that you have hair loss too. Oh, you definitely need to raise your vibration. I am sorry, honey. If it is COVID I hope it helps to know it isn't too bad for most people. I don't feel as bad as I did when I had the flu in December. It's manageable. Good. Did you already get tested and they just don't have the results back for you, Amma? Is that what the case is? Or you haven't gone in because you're not like feeling like super bad and you're trying to keep the resources available for other people? Is that what's going on? Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, fire, my spirit. Oh, he was trolling or she was trolling. Okay. We should also pray for abundance because the financials will be worse than 1929. The virus will be only a small problem in hindsight. I know. So true. It is so true. And that's why I told my husband, this is also something that we're doing. And I'm not advising anybody on this. I don't have a right to advise. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And when he got his check, because my husband gets paid once a month, which makes it really difficult. But so there's some things that we're not paying, like credit cards. We're paying the essentials like our mortgage and our utilities in order to keep, but we're not paying for our phones because we need to communicate. We don't have another phone besides our phones, and not paying some of the other things. And we're keeping some of our money in the bank and some in cash, just in case, because you never know. You never know what's going to happen. So we're trying to cover both sides of it. I did too. Do two hides, make them show back up. Yeah, I saw your text right after I said mine. Oh, thanks for helping. You guys are awesome and on top of it. Thank you so much. Chamomile and pink salt and then distilled water. Yep. It's from a chant. Oh, okay. All right. And that's just my take on it. Like I said, everybody use what works for you, obviously. Oh, I can add things to it. Do I have to put it in the fridge after? Oh, I'm not sure. Kind of off topic, but I heard a great question. How does this situation serve me? I like it. Or what can I learn? Yeah. Hi, Helki. That's so true in any situation. What can we as people learn? You know, they don't have tests available, so it is just suspected. They say stay home for now, but if it gets worse, to tell them. Yeah. And I think that is the smartest thing, not just for you, but for other people concerned. That's pretty much where I would be if they didn't have enough. And that's the problem. There isn't enough testing. So rather than, because not everybody is going to have, you could have it and not even know that you have it and the whole time because you don't have any symptoms. It just depends on the person. Fire cider. Oh, okay. You don't have to because of the salt, and you can also put the chamomile in a mesh bag and remove it after it has been in the sun. Awesome. I missed what you said while I was dealing with the troll. They think that you may have COVID. Yeah, she said that it's suspected because of what she's going through, but they don't have testing kits. So she's just staying at home and but it's nothing like really bad that she's going through right now. We can learn so much from this. Yes, I agree. Namely, about how to be courteous to the next person. Some of the stories that I've heard so far about people acting like friggin' animals during this system, like, oh, I don't even want to get started on it, but just come on, people, be courteous of other people. And I know I'm not talking about any of you guys here, seriously, but well, the satellite images are showing less air pollution. Not that factories are on a pop. No, that yeah, yeah. I think my husband just said Detroit. They just announced that all of those were closing. When I get lots of movies to move to Los Angeles, California for the movie. That's awesome, Johnny. Absolutely awesome. You're going to be a huge star. I saw that. It's amazing. People are acting like fools. Yeah. I mean, downright despicable. I have to go back to the ICU. See y'all next time. Thank you, Emily. And thank you for everything you do, sweetie. I am so appreciative. Germany will go crazy with when SHTF already calling on their own to go and steal from peeps. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, man. My husband, we were talking about this yesterday. It's like, you watch The Walking Dead and you think people are never going to resort to that. And then you see something like this and how people react already. It is so disheartening. But then you see people that are going out of their way, like in our neighborhood, that are younger people that are saying, if there's anyone, because we have like in our neighborhood, we've got this community, like a Facebook thing for our neighborhood. So we watch out for each other. And it's like surrounding areas. I think it's called Neighborhood Watch or something like that. And they're already talking about if you're over a certain age and you need help and you don't have access to it, give me a call. Here's my number. I will help you. I am 30 years old. I'm in great health. That just makes, people can be good, but yes, there's a lot of people that can be really crappy when this kind of stuff happens. Canals in Venice are so clear right now. They can, oh wow. There are ducks in the fountains of Rome and dolphins playing. Yeah. So it's almost like the earth is saying, I needed a break, guys. This was the only way I could think of getting a break from people, right? That sounds wonderful. Not the reason, but the results. Absolutely. Peeps in their 20s say the old ones should die already because they're messed up. Oh, because they've messed up the planet and this is their fault. Can someone smack some? Oh, I know. Yeah, their brains have not fully developed yet, okay? And that's all I can say about that. They think they know, but clearly, until you get older and you look back at the stupid crap you did when you were in your teens and 20s, and you go, oh, yeah, now I get it. Yeah. All right, guys. I hope this helps. Does anyone have any questions or suggestions also before I wrap this up? Hi, Vesper. I hate going out because of the crazy people. I know. Me too. I don't want to go out. My family's going out. I don't want to. I get a sore throat just thinking about it. Remember, drink the water. What I heard was drink water or drink something all the time. Keep your throat, because if you do have something, you wash it down, it goes into your gut, and the acids in your gut will kill it. So just another beautiful thing. And I always put lemon in my water too. Like the lemon squirt, because that's also citrusy, vitamin C. My pleasure. Take care of yourself. And keep us up to date. Let us know how you're doing, okay? I wish I could. Have you gone live at all, honey? Have you done any videos? I mean, that kind of keeps us all in the loop, you know? I wish I could, Lady Knight of Avalon. Here they are saying certain political groups deserve this. Let them die. Very sad, isn't it? It is. To wish someone harm or worse. Oh, gosh. Pray for me, guys. I got to go out and get groceries. Brooke, do you have the ability to shop online at Walmart? Because we've done it a couple of times when we've been really, really busy. My husband will place the order online. You don't even have to get out of your car. They have an app. They'll put it right in your car and everything. It's less exposure, and then you just wipe down all your stuff. Have you tried that yet? For anybody that has Walmart takeout or anything like that in your areas? Heal the world. Yeah. Well, Emma, maybe you should, honey. We would love to hear from you and see how you're doing. Do you feel so bad that you don't want to do that? Thank you, guys. I've done it before, but our stores here aren't very good. They left out half of my order last time, and ooh, dang. It is definitely better than going out. My husband said, because we've done it a couple of times, and they haven't left anything out for us. They have exchanged things, done replacements for it. But he said that he started to get out of the car. They told him you don't even have to get out of the car. You just pull into the spot. You like have an app. Well, you already know if you've done it before, you have an app and you tell them right at that time and they put it all in and you go on your merry way. I was like, oh, that's so nice, especially nice for older people that it's harder for them to be out. When you look at the death rates, technically you may have where did I just see that chance of dying of lightning strike than the coronavirus. Yeah, but I mean it's still early on, so we don't know. But I mean, I did just watch a video from Saturnarium, and she was talking about, how her trip to Japan got canceled. But what kills her is that there is a lot more things that are dangerous that are going around I think she's in Chile. And they're taking this more seriously and closing everything down than other things that are even statistically, they're just taking this. Sometimes you got to almost think, and this is my conspiracy mind going off, okay? You know how I am with that, you guys. But are they amping this stuff up because it's right before an election time again, trying to fearmonger people? And, I do think that happens a lot too. This is a plan to get everyone in a panic and under control. It's like the flu. Rest and recover if you get it. Sending love, but wish people wasn't so scared. I know. Absolutely. I haven't done online order and pickup. Yeah. Thank you very much for doing this, Rachele. You are so lovely. Oh, thank you. I just felt I had to. I was telling Summer because a lot of the readings that I've been getting lately, I keep on coming up with like the 10 of Wands. One of them was out of the Tarot of the She, and it shows the person that's 10 of the Wands being the actual bridge for other people and walking on it. And then I did a spread last night, and it was one from one that Divination did about the goddess one. And it was like 4 questions, like what is a positive, what is a negative right now? And there was 2 other affirmations. And the first card I got was what was the negative, I said, was like this virus right now. And the card I got was the Queen of Wands. Like, you know what? You are a voice. Use that voice. Try to help anybody that you can. So I just said, okay, I'm going to do it because I wasn't going to do it. But I just saw that even Greenland has a case now. So there, it's already in Lansing here. It's already by my house. As a matter of fact, I think that somebody at my husband's work came into contact with somebody else who just tested positive. So I don't know. It's it's everywhere. I don't think that we're going to be able to escape it, but I don't think it's as bad as what people are saying. But definitely follow what they're saying to do and keep your distance and try to lift yourself up as much as you can, vibration wise. Help those people around you if you can, and wash your hands and all that good stuff. And sage. Uh, that is part of it. But with so many countries watching us, I believe it came from a lab. It might have been let out to get rid of a lot of peeps. Not quite sure why yet. I know. I feel that way too. I was telling Summer. See, Summer and I talk all the time, you guys. We FaceTime all the time. And I had told her about a conspiracy theory that I heard years and years ago about. And see, I don't want to be talking about this because I don't want to scare people. But the people that are already probably knowing about these conspiracy theories about some sort of thing getting out, and then a virus or whatever, and then everybody gets vaccinated for it, and that's when the problem starts, is after everyone gets this certain vaccination later on down the road. It was all part of a plan. So I'm just funny how the vaccine they are creating is set to make the medical industry the most corrupt industry there ever. Yep. Yeah, we've had a case here as well. Yep. My mom, as I developed some minor fluish symptoms over the course of last week, but our local medical services told us we don't qualify for the COVID test because the symptoms are not serious enough. And the problem with that is, and like they're telling everybody, is because they don't have enough tests. That's the issue. So they're just trying to pick and choose who's at the worst stage right now. So yeah, I'm with you. There's no way in hell I'm getting that vaccine unless they can really, really prove to me that it's going to help me. But I just, I'm not a, you know what? And that's something else I was told. I had very few vaccines, okay, when I was growing up. And my kids were supposed to get way more vaccines, right? But the funny thing is, I am usually the healthiest one in this damn house. When everyone else gets sick, I don't. But I'm also the one that's always eating blueberries and fruits and vegetables and all that stuff. And I limit my meat. I don't eat pork. I don't eat beef anymore. I do eat chicken and I eat turkey, but I try to more have like blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, fruits, vegetables, and take vitamin C and any of that kind of stuff. And I hardly ever get sick. And it goes through every single one of them. Contain this pandemic if we don't know who is infected. I just honestly think you might as well just figure that everybody is infected at this point and just do your best to just maintain it and get yourself as healthy as you possibly can by making the right food choices, taking supplements if you can, get out into the sunlight. Those are just my opinions. I'm not a medical doctor or anything like that. I'm not getting a flu shot either. I've never had a flu shot, and I don't plan on it now. Even the people that would always wipe down everything for their kids, don't do that unless, of course, your child has an autoimmune problem. But don't, because you're not giving them a fighting chance by letting germs come into their body and then build up an immune system to those things. So don't be a clean freak. Don't go through. I'm not talking about this particular situation. I'm talking about in regular situations. Don't be so quick to wipe everything down. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you for coming. For all we know, they could put a small chip into the vaccine, total control, bam, done. Girl, you think just like me. We could have some good conversations. When are you going to do an interview? We could go on forever. And I'm talking to you, Lady Night or Maria. There's one confirmed death in Indianapolis, but they had existing issues. Yeah. Be safe, Lori. Thank you for coming, honey. They have drive-through flu vaccinations for seniors down the block from us. Yeah, my mom gets the flu shot, and she swears by it, so she doesn't get it. But I've heard of people getting the flu shot and getting full-blown flu, you know. So to each their own. Actually, if I send you the link, honey, as long as you've got a Wi-Fi, even on your phone or whatever, you don't have to have StreamYard. I just send you the link and you can access it through, but you don't even have to download the software or anything. It's actually very simple. Oh, and by the way, kind of off topic, but congrats on the 1K subscribers. Thank you. Kind of surprised I'm already there, but I'm happy. I'm grateful. I can't work from home and still get, I'm grateful my hubby can work from home and still get paid. Absolutely. I wish my husband could. We have Chip already called your ID, driver's license, food stamp cards. Yeah. Yeah. But they're talking about actually a chip that goes into your body that you don't have a choice at that point. Yeah. Over with. But that's definitely my conspiracy mind. Thank you, sweetie. Is there a way for us to try this without an audience? Absolutely. I can send you a private link. We could have conversations. I talked with Diane Jarecki before she came back. We've had a couple of just private chats that we do it right from the computer to computer. Yeah. You can test it out, no problem. When we've had problems with our phones, Summer and I have done this too. And it just doesn't go on there. Thank you, guys. I want to see that interview. My hubby is a private detective, and there's some speculation about those chips and vaccines. Really, Dawn? I believe it. Just got done watching a country school board video just posted on YouTube. Evidently, we are going solely virtual schooling down here. Yup. We could try this on the weekend, gladly. Okay. I mean, I am scheduling in April already, but I think you have my email address here. Let me just put it in here. And I'll send you questions and all that good stuff. That's my email. If anyone wants to be interviewed, just let me know. I mean, it's not like I'm going to say no. Of course I want to talk with everybody. That's the fun part of it. I have to get flu shot and pneumonia shot each year. You know what? For each person, you do what you got to do. I'm definitely not saying that. I'm just saying for my own sake, you know. Just got done. Oh yeah, we could try. Okay, yep. Lady Night. I have 393 subscribers now. That's great, Johnny. All right. Well, I'm gonna cut this short. It's already been an hour and a half, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and you guys do videos. You guys that are affected, this is how we're going to see what's really happening in the world. Do videos. Let us know what's going on in your neck of the woods, okay? Let us know how you're doing, how it's affecting you. Let's stay in touch. We don't need to use the news. Let's use each other. We were talking about raising our vibration and ways that we can, you know, like doing the crystal grid and all that stuff. Sister runs the foundation. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. And hi, Olga, by the way. Thank you for joining me. And I love you guys. Everybody stay safe, wash your hands, and just sage. I'll talk to you later.